So let's get right into the clip, Tyler, with that first one. We're going to play it for you and then we're going to react. Take a listen. This is Under the Influence show that she's on.
Person. And now it's time for me to start kind of like pushing the narrative of like, you know, what Kazumi represents. And what Kazumi really represents to me is like, why can't sluts change the world? Why can't sluts, you know, like being a slutty person is not an inverse of being intelligent or like impactful to your society, but a lot of people still destigmatize what I do because I happen to love trains. And like really it shouldn't fucking matter, you know, like that's a thing I like to do in my own time, guys.
Yeah, I think it's just
okay. So no, it isn't. It's not in your own time. There is a difference between someone out there. By the way, she's talking about trains. I had to ask what that was. I was like, trains? Buses? She's talking about, my husband was like, she's talking about gang banging. I was like, what? Mine was blown. I am a relic. You will come to learn. I am a relic. Anyway, she's talking about liking trains. She's somebody who has sex with multiple people. Just, they kind of roll in, roll out. And I think she says at one point that she had like 50 in one episode. Wow. At one point, she also says that she estimates her body count to be around 500. Interesting. So she says here initially, this is just something I do in my own time. No, it's not. You're not doing it in your own time. You're making money off of it. You're selling a product. That product is you and the pornography, which, by the way, you attest to later in the interview. And you're putting it out there for other people to absorb. There's a big difference between someone who behaves like this behind closed doors and doesn't share it with the world, and someone who behaves like this and capitalizes on it and puts it out there and says, this is going to be a product. This is going to be used to grab men's attention, make them put down their cash and come back for more. So that's number one. Secondly, she talks about women and it's not correlated with a lack of intellect. That's true. You can be someone who likes trains, I guess. You can be someone who does pornography. You can be an OnlyFans girl, and you can be smart. In fact, a lot of these women, I believe, are very financially adept because they have figured out a very good marketing plan for themselves and a money-making plan. By the way, she's making millions of dollars doing this, Kazumi. So, and she has a marketing background. She's no dummy. She's no dummy. So that's true. But the point of what you bring to the table and in terms of what you bring to the world and your positive impact, pornography is not making a positive impact on the world. So I'm not saying you're a bad person if you do pornography. I don't know you. You may be on the inside very kind. You may be someone who's loyal. You may be a good friend. I don't know any of that. I'm not going to make a judgment on any of that. However, your contribution to society when you perform pornography and you disseminate it and you make money off of it is bad. It's bad. Are you free to do it? Yes. Should you be free to do it? Yes, in my view. Is it a positive contribution to society to be a highly promiscuous woman who grabs the attention of men via pornography that we know negatively affects men and women? No, it's not positive. So what I find really interesting about a lot of these women, and by the way, this is not, again, this is going to be an extreme example. This is someone who's doing pretty extreme porn on OnlyFans. But the same arguments are made by women who are just promiscuous, by women who are just out there saying, well, I can sleep with whoever I want and I can, you know, have 6 partners this week if I want and blah, blah, blah. They want to be able to behave that way. But they also want to be taken as seriously when it comes to a serious committed relationships as the girl who's a preschool teacher and has a body count of 2. You can't expect that of people because it's not realistic. Because what you put out there affects how people view you and what people want from you. Would a guy be more inclined to want to date you if you had had sex with 50 guys in a porn scene and put it out there publicly to make money? Or if you were that preschool teacher who, you know, was a serial monogamist and had a couple of boyfriends but was looking to settle down and was extremely respectful about their composition, their physical composition, and didn't share it with the world. That's an obvious answer. So own what you do, but also own the consequences of what you do. And don't expect people to just have blinders on Everybody's supposed to be like, oh, Kazumi, you know, she's getting involved in gangbanging by day, but at night, she's just a simple girl with no, they're not going to make that judgment on you. They're not, because you're putting your life out there and you are putting something out there that's going to affect the way people see you. I think 2022 is a very twisted time. I think it's so twisted because for some reason, people are just unable to process these very basic tenets about behavior informs the way people view you. This shouldn't be rocket science, and yet here we are. If you want to watch the full episode, you're going to click right here. And if you want to ask me a question one-on-one, you want to do a one-on-one FaceTime with a group of your friends, whatever you want, you need to download Connect right now. Click right here and let's get talking.